Hi guys, welcome back to our channel and Happy New Year. So today, I feel like I always start videos and I feel like you should start videos.
It's fine, I'll go.
So
Anyway.
basically we just restarted this video because we were having a debate about what the context of the video is. I think this year we really want to go the more sit down route and share more of our opinions and our ways and thinking and how we are basically. I think basically I just told you now before we just started the whole video. I think that the whole context of this video should be just how to become a better person, I guess, each year, or how to become a better person every day. And I think that, like, we're not experts or anything like that, but I guess we wouldn't share something with you guys that we feel like isn't working for us. You know, especially in relationships, because we're in a relationship. We were born in a relationship, so we don't have a choice but to make it work, you know? So I'm going to start with you. Like, let's just get right into this video. Sorry for the wind. We live in an area that just has a lot of wind, so you'll experience that. Yes. Okay. So to start off with you, like, what do you think is the one thing that you feel like maybe you should do differently or you should change? Is that the right question?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay. I think for me, honestly, like, we were watching Being Mary Jane. Like, I rewatch a lot of series. Apparently people with anxiety do that because it's almost like knowing what the ending is like doesn't trigger your anxiety, but not knowing what the ending is like will. But that's totally out of like context. I think that one thing I know I do, which is what you tell me all the time, which is what our mom tells us all the time, which is what our brother tells us all the time. I always find myself causing a scene at a store. I feel like I really don't like being disrespected, and I don't like feeling like I'm looked down on, and I don't like feeling like I'm seen as less than. Therefore, you're taking this time to disrespect me because you feel that you are in a higher position than me. And then I think sometimes I feel like it's worth my reaction, but then sometimes I feel like, you know what, I could have actually let that go, you know? So I think I was watching Being Mary Jane, and then I remember this person was telling this other person that sometimes the conversations or the fights that we have with other people so much are the conversations or maybe arguments that we should be having with ourselves. So I don't think that that's a good thing. Like, this other lady took a picture of me, but she was being rude to me, so I was like, oh, take it, I don't care, I have whatever, I don't care. But I think it shouldn't have gotten me. Like, it's kind of like embarrassing when I actually think about it and about myself. And I think I need to start having that conversation with myself and figure out, why am I so bothered? But that's a good one. Like, what do I think? Like, I think for me, like, what's the question? What's something you'd like to change? You asked me what would I like to change for myself. I feel like, I hear you. I think the one thing I'd like to change about myself is to actually stop feeling like like when you said to me this other day, choose your heart. Everything's hard. Divorce is hard, marriage is hard. Choose your heart. Being in a relationship is hard, being single is hard. Choose your heart. Being lazy is hard, but also getting up and doing something is hard. Choose your heart. So like, I feel like for me, it's like, I feel like I need to choose my heart in terms of choosing whether I want to be angry and stay in a funk, or actually acknowledging how I feel, which is also difficult, which is still difficult, and dealing with the pain and healing the pain, because I feel like that's the one thing I struggle with. Like, it's almost like it's a fight. It's almost like the tears coming out is gonna hurt me even more, whereas it's the one thing that's gonna release me. It's like, I don't know, like, I feel like that's the one thing I really do struggle with, is acknowledging the pain and healing it at the same time, because it's difficult to do that. But staying in it is also difficult. I feel like staying in it is easy. Like, I feel like being angry, it's easy. Why do you think everyone is just angry? It's easy to be angry. Like, it's easy to act like you're okay. It's easy to, well, it's still you're still choosing the hard route, but I think everyone just insinuates that it's easy. I think that's so true, because I think that, and I do think that it can be easy. It's almost like that is actually the main reason why I basically ended my past relationship, because I felt like if I go back in the situation, I'm gonna cry, and I'm gonna cry all the time, and if I leave, I'm gonna cry all the time. But the crazy thing about leaving is that we eventually don't cry anymore. So it's almost like choose. They're both difficult, but you must choose your heart. I just think that, like, I feel like you always come to me with stuff. Like, you come to me with, she always watches Iyanla. She got me into Iyanla. And she always watches Iyanla, and she always comes, like, Iyanla has this thing on YouTube where she has like 1 minute clips. Like, what is it called?
It's Awakenings.
So it's almost like little things every day.
Just to think about.
Exactly. And I only remember 2. The one was having mercy.
Yeah.
And the other one was learning how to say no.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because I feel like it's like those 2 sort of
come together.
Yes, in a way.
Okay.
What do you think?
In terms of what?
In terms of how they come together.
I do. I'm waiting for you to explain to me how they do come together.
Okay. I don't know. I just feel like it's not even a matter of it's so hard. But it's not even a matter of them coming together. I just think it's a matter of, I think that having both traits, I feel like releases you from a lot.
Yeah.
Of emotions or things that are overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like learning how to say no. Like, we know who we should be saying no to.
But we're still
saying yes. We're still trying to appease people. We're still trying to keeping the peace sometimes isn't really peaceful for you inside.
It's not. And it's just trauma. It's literally trauma. And I feel like sometimes, I think the sad reality about life is you can't tell someone. You can't teach someone. They have to learn by themselves. It's almost like when you say, don't date this person, you know he's like this or whatever. But
you have to go through
You have to go through it because you need to, like, by 40 or by 30 years old, you'll be like, oh, okay, I know I had to go through this. I know I had to go through this. Like, we can be guarded, we can be protected, we can do whatever. But I feel like the reality of the situation is we just have to go through it. No matter what, we're going to be hurt, you know? It's like, Boo-Boo was a problem when you met them. But you still went with them. But it's like, but it's because it's part of the process and it's what you're going to learn.
I understand that. What did you think about those quotes? Oh, I think going into the new year, I guess. I don't like the whole notion of going into the new year, but I guess it just helps sometimes. It just helps, to start over something or whatever it is. And I think with those quotes, what I learned, what I took, like what I'm trying to instill right now is learning how to say no.
Okay.
And I think it's very difficult sometimes it could be your friends, it could be your parents, it could be your siblings. And I feel like sometimes having a certain level, and saying no sometimes is having a little, like a certain level of distance from people that you feel like are toxic or people who aren't beneficial to your well-being, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, or physically, And I think sometimes those people are normally people that we love and care about, so we don't want to hurt them, so we keep hurting ourselves in order to not hurt them, but in essence you're the one who's affected. So it's almost like, I think learning how to be, sometimes I feel like being selfish is necessary, and I think this year I want to learn how to be selfish and not think about other people and think about how am I actually affected in the situation, how am I affected, and I want to choose my struggle. Like I said, choose your heart. I think choosing your heart is like the best way to put this entire thing into context.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like that makes sense for me, and I think that it's gonna be a constant, continuous struggle to get there, like to fight, to be heard, to be understood, to be just recognized and acknowledged.
Yeah.
And I think that, I think that's just gonna be a struggle, I guess.
Yeah. What do you think you want to do differently this year, though? Whether it's emotionally or mentally.
What do I want to do better? What do you think I want to do better?
I think what you want to do better is learning how to be sort of in control of your emotions to an extent.
I act like I am, but I'm not.
What do you mean by that?
It's like when you're in control with your emotions, it's actually because you are aware of how you feel. I feel like a lot of people aren't aware of how they feel, and I feel like everyone is hurt in life. Everyone is hurt. Everyone is going through something, and I feel that we all walk around not acknowledging how we feel. And I think that it's like
for me.
You always acknowledge how you feel.
Too much sometimes.
Yes, but I feel like it's good. Like I feel like it can never be a bad thing. But I feel like the problem with most of us is that we think we act like we're okay all the time, but we have so many things to deal with. Like, I'm so tired. Oh, I'm tired. Like, is this the age where I'm supposed to be dealing with my traumas and coming up with childhood things and everything? And it's like, it's just too much. It's heavy.
It is heavy.
And I feel like I don't know how how other young adults are doing, like people in the early 20s, mid 20s, but I feel like it's just hard. And I feel like that's one of the most difficult things to do, like dealing with what hurt you and whatever trauma you experienced as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, or whatever. I feel like that is what I actually want to overcome.
This year.
Yes.
But do you think it's a this year thing, or do you think it's a life thing?
I said it must end now. I'm tired. I remember asking my therapist this one time, when is it gonna be fine? Like, when is it gonna be better? Because I was like when, am I done now?
But then don't you think, if you look at it that way, right? I'm not judging, I'm asking. Don't you think if you look at it that way, instead of looking at like when is it gonna end, don't you want to look at it as in it's gonna get better? The thing is you have bad days and good days, and I think it's almost like I basically have to come to terms with the reality that it's gonna be part of the journey, it's gonna be part of life, but it's gonna get better. I keep be positive. The secret.
Yes, it will get better.
The secret.
Yes, it will get better.
You need to say it and you need to live that.
It will get better. I promise.
Okay.
It will.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Of you to say.
Yes. But what did you want to answer?
No, I just think that just based on what Annalisa was talking about, I think that sometimes I think that because 2020 was such a rough year, I almost feel like this year everyone should be dealing with things that traumatized them, or things that they didn't like, or things that were nice, or things that, like, any kind of trauma that you experienced. I think that I just, it's almost like my heart feels sore for people who are keeping things inside that are hurting them, because I think that it's only gonna get better after you let it out. And I feel like I want to stress it so much that please share whatever it is that affects you when you go to sleep at night, or when you wake up in the morning, or when you're going through your day, or when you see something on TV, you get a trigger, whatever it is. I just think it's so important for people to learn to deal, or learn to heal rather, from their traumas, because I think that it's such a painful position to be in, to just like fake it and it just pretend like your therapist said, you pretend. Like, our mom was comparing us, and our mom was like, I'm too much, like, I'm too emotional, I share my emotions too much. And then her therapist was like, well, Annalisa pretends, so would you rather she be in pain than pretend, you know? So it's almost like, I think that pretending shouldn't be the way to go on. I think we should be our truest selves, you know, and just learning how to cope with things, not coping, but healing with things that affected us whenever.
Yeah, and I feel like obviously whenever means when you were a child, because
Yes.
most of our traumas are from our childhood. And I feel like the thing is with healing is that, like, I don't know what it helps with, but for me it's like having children and all those things. It's like you won't project whatever it is that you experience onto your child. Like, it could mean you don't care about it, it means you hypersensitive, it could mean like all those things, overprotective, like all those things. And I feel like we can't, it's almost like when they say, what did they say?
What?
That whatever you experience, you relive in every situation in your life. Whether you get married, whether you get into a relationship, whether you whatever, whether you have children, you relive the trauma.
Whatever trauma you had.
Yes, so it's basically best to heal it, and whatever healing means to you.
Yes, exactly.
But I feel like the one thing that we tried to do is to reason. And how do you think you reason? Sorry to change the subject a bit.
No, it's fine. I think I feel like being a person who has anxiety, reasoning is one of the most difficult things to say. But actually, just before I answer that question, I just want to say, I remember watching this interview with Jay-Z, and in order to heal, you need to reveal what I just didn't want to end. I just don't want to say anything before I say that. But in order to heal whatever, you need to reveal it. It's like he made an assumption of he made an example of going to the doctor. You find out what's wrong. After you find out what's wrong, you can get the medicine for it. So if you're keeping something inside and it's hurting you, talking about it means you can actually do something about it. But if it's still there, then nothing's going to happen. Then you're going to stay in the same place, whether it's emotionally or mentally. However, I just think that people should start talking more about their struggles or traumas or whatever it may be in order to be in a better place in life.
Yeah,
I'm not an expert, however. I'm just
agreed.
However, to answer your question, I think that I think with reasoning, I think I actually haven't reasoned in a while.
No.
Because I think dealing with depression and anxiety, it's like they say, it's a chemical imbalance. It's almost like there's nothing I can do about it.
Agree.
But then I think that the way I do reason, like I was telling Annalisa, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, I said that I struggle every morning. I don't know how I'm gonna feel like I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I wake up, and I think that the fact that I feel like I have someone to hold me accountable, because my job is her job, and if I don't do our job, then we don't do our job. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think what helps hold me accountable or forces me to reason without even realizing that I'm reasoning is you. So I think I'll wake up in the morning and be like, I really don't want to do anything this day. I just want to cry. I just don't want to do anything. However, she showered. Now I have to go take a shower. She's dressed. Now I have to get dressed. Next thing we're on a roll and we're finishing work, and I just realized that, oh my gosh, like the feeling I had in the morning really wasn't all that. And then the nice thing about having a successful day, I feel more better about the next day. You know? So I think that's how I reason. Do you ever find yourself in a position where you have to reason?
I think like where reasoning is concerned, I feel like it's a very broad term.
Yeah, it could be also when you're angry.
Yes, I feel like when I'm angry, like it's the worst time for me to reason. I can't see past how I feel, and I feel like there are obviously ways to cope with that. I don't know what those ways are, but I feel like reasoning can be in terms of like the people that you deal with, like how I feel like you're an empath, but I feel like obviously in terms of like emotional things and traumatic things, but I feel like we need to, as people, we need to be empaths holistically, and that means even if someone's being mean to you, you just like
feel sorry for them.
It's not personal. I feel sorry for you. Not even feel sorry for them in like a negative bitchy way, but like just feel sorry for them in a way that you understand that they're in pain. You know, sometimes when you just like maybe at a store and you feel like someone was mean to you or the cashier was mean to you, you just have to realize that that person's in pain
and they're unhappy.
And they're unhappy because there's no need for them to be so that way, to be so bitter and be so mean to a stranger. To a stranger, it's like, why are you feeling that way? And I feel like as people, we also need to stop taking things personally, because it's never about us.
It's never personal. Ever.
It's never about you. It's not about you. I feel like just the whole context of it just means you reason with the situation.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
I think I need to start reasoning when I'm fighting at stores with people, because I think that they are treating me or they're being disrespectful to me. I think I need to start reasoning in that aspect in my life.
Yeah.
But I think, sorry, did I interrupt you? No, but I just think in general, I think that we're constantly trying to be better people every day, every year. Like if I looked at myself last year compared to where I am now, this time of year, I'm like, whoo, I'm so glad I actually worked on myself, because I think I would have been still as unhappy as I was then. And I think that it just starts with being honest with yourself. I think being honest with yourself is really necessary. Like sometimes I used to fight with you all the time and I'd be like, hey, you know what?
It's me.
Actually, it's me. I'm actually the problem here. I'm the reason we fight so much. I'm the reason. And after that, I got some help and now we don't fight anymore, because I'm not the problem anymore. Now imagine I kept on fighting because thinking that I'm right. Constantly thinking that I'm right, just constantly. I think having to sit back and observe a situation sometimes really helps you have a better perspective on whatever it is that is going on in your life that is causing you so much distress.
And you know what I learned? There was this quote actually this other day. Who said this quote? Self-reflection allows for growth. I don't know if it was a quote on Being Mary Jane, but self-reflection allows for growth, because if you don't think about who you are and what you do
And how you affect
and how you make people feel, you know, it's like, for example, we can have friends that we're not friends with anymore. I can go by thinking that I've probably hurt them too, even if they've never shared anything to me.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
true.
you can think you're trying to be the best person ever, but you actually also need to understand that who you
hurt
are.
people.
Yes. That's
true.
what Iana said, like that thing of
Having mercy.
mercy. Like when you have mercy, you get bestowed by grace. Something like that. I don't remember. But it's like,
Basically, finish it.
yes, when you have mercy at your forefront, grace will come or whatever. I don't know, that's what she said.
Elaborate on it though.
What it means is when you continuously give mercy to others or have mercy towards other people, grace will come to you, in the sense that if your understanding of someone else's situation, regardless of whether it hurts you, if it affects you, you actually also gain something from that. You benefit from that. It's like giving and knowing you're gonna get as well. It's like when she was just reiterating these other but I don't know, she was coming up with examples of what situations you can be in, and it just makes you a better person. I don't know.
Do you know what I actually took from that? Because you actually, I was listening to that Iyanla video and I had no idea what Iyanla was talking about. And then apparently Annalisa had been listening to it, listening to it every night. And then she said every time she listens to it, she has a better understanding. So the first time she made me listen, I was like, actually, I don't get it. Like, I don't get what she's saying. And then what I took from what you said is that sometimes, or most times, actually I think it should be all the time, when you actually acknowledge that, you know what, I hurt people. Therefore, if I'm hurt, I deal with it better. You know, if I know I hurt you, it's easy. When you hurt me, it's easy for me to forgive and understand you. I don't know. Who's texting me? Sorry. No, like I think that's what I took from it. Sometimes you forgive people easily because you're like, you know what, I can also hurt people.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I took from it.
I actually forgot that.
I never forgot it. I always want to tell you sometimes when you don't want to stop being angry at me. I'm like, where's your mercy video? You told me about having mercy. Why don't you have mercy?
It's not working then, obviously. But I forgot what I wanted to say.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. No, it's okay. It's fine. Continue speaking. It will probably come to me.
No, but I just think that we really have a lot of opinions where being human is concerned. I think like some of our friends call us therapists. We try to. I think basically we're constantly trying to be better people, and I think the reason why that is such like that is at the forefront where our lives are concerned is because there's two of us.
Yeah,
and
we
I
constantly
think
call each other out.
We constantly tell each other, well, this wasn't okay, and then she tells me, well, that wasn't okay. Like, and then it's almost like I think that's a good and a bad thing at the same time, because I think that I feel like we're always fixing and correcting something about ourselves, which I think is not bad, however it's not good either. However, I think that it just shouldn't be excessive.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, and I think we have certain traits and certain habits that we have within each other. Like our mom says, we always do what the other one wants. That's because we understand each other. I know what Ansa doesn't like. She knows what I don't like. Therefore, if we ever find ourselves in a situation, I'm always gonna be. I can see it. Sorry. Do you see your eyes? Open your eyes. Is it gone now?
Yes, it is. No, it was gone.
Okay, I can still see it though.
It's fine.
Okay, but I just feel like having a better understanding of the people you care about, and then having a better understanding of you, I just think it just brings about greatness.
Yeah.
Just not being difficult. Listen to understand, not to respond. Like just
all those things.
Just be kind. I think just having a positive outlook on life will really make you a better person.
For yourself, not for others.
For yourself. And you being a better person for yourself inevitably means you're going to be a better person to other people.
Yes. The only thing I wanted to add lastly was there's a video by Iyanla, ne? And I don't know if it's fun for us to share the link.
Let's share the link.
So there's a video by Iyanla that I really watch. I've probably watched it 5 times, and it really helps me. And it's about an hour long, but it's really good. I promise it's really good.
It's worth your hour.
It's the spiritual code of conduct.
Yes.
So I don't know how many rules she has, how many things that she lists, but she just explains everything starting from the top, how you should be, what you need, all those things, everything.
And
so
how to incorporate
yes,
them.
so basically the name of the video is called Spiritual Code of Conduct.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna add the link. We're actually gonna add the link in the description so you guys can watch it.
Yes. Okay.
Do you have anything to say?
I'm trying. We always say this lastly. I just want people to dream.
Okay,
I think
true.
dream and dream big, and don't be scared of your ambitions. And I know sometimes some people will avoid dreaming or avoid wanting to be in a certain place in life because it actually scares them and it seems like so much work. But I think honestly, just dream.
Yeah.
I think we dream every day. Just imagine yourself in that car, imagine yourself in that apartment.
Like today I was pointing out that I said to you, oh my gosh, imagine we used to take taxis and stop here and then walk, and now we're driving on the road that we used to take taxis and walk from.
Yes, and I think that's great because that's also you acknowledging how far you've come. You know?
Agreed.
You know, just to become a better person and a happier person.
Yes.
It will be inevitable.
Yes. And willingness.
Yes, be willing. Oh my gosh, I feel like
willing and ready.
Be willing. I feel like we're not going to stop talking.
Yeah.
But be no, but be willing. Finish your willingness. You know what?
Be willing and ready. That's the one thing. There's a difference between willingness and readiness. Iyanla taught me this. You can be willing, but you can always be willing. But it doesn't mean you're going to do it. Being ready means you're actually ready.
It's like dreaming and setting a goal.
Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's the one thing I wanted to add. What do you have to say to willingness?
Mm-mm.
Do you know what else I wanted to add that my counselor actually said to me?
What did she say?
She said, forgive. She said, I know maybe a lot of people know this quote, but I just feel like it helps me. She said, unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting... Unforgiveness as the victim, not the perpetrator, is like drinking poison and expecting the perpetrator to die.
Yeah.
But it's actually killing you inside.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I actually want to say.
So you actually become free when you forgive.
When you forgive. But forgiveness comes with the willingness to forgive.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Do you
I think I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I just think I don't want to make this video too long but I really want people to take something from it. Yes. And we hope you guys enjoyed this video. We were kind of rambling. It was really on the spot, but we just thought, you know what? We should catch up with you guys a bit. We haven't sat down and had a conversation that isn't a life update in a while.
Yeah.
You know? So happy New Year still. This one is making me what?
Yes, I'm finishing mine.
Anyway.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we know you guys don't have a lot to say to this video,
So please do.
yes.
All your comments, guys, we read all of them. We try to like.
She tries to like.
I try to like all
And
of them
respond to
and
every-
respond to all of them. I really do try. So please do comment whatever thoughts you guys have and what other videos you guys want us to film, and if you prefer sit down videos compared to
Or these kind of sit down videos where we actually have an opinion.
yes. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.